Tanks and Vehicles. Welcome to another tutorial for Squad 44. In this video, I'll explain how to operate vehicles and tanks. Let's begin. Operating vehicles like jeeps and trucks is fairly simple. You enter the vehicle by holding F. You turn on the engine by holding I and drive with WASD. Switch seats by pressing F1 to F10. Keep in mind that you can set all these keybinds to your personal liking in settings. If a vehicle gets stuck, you can reset it by holding F and clicking on Reset Vehicle Left or Reset Vehicle Right. Transport vehicles can get spawned at the respective vehicle spawner in main base. Each spawner can only spawn one vehicle at a time, meaning that you can only spawn the next transport after the previously spawned vehicle got destroyed. However, as long as you have enough tickets, you can spawn as many transports as you like. You need to be in a squad to enter a vehicle. On the other hand, specialized and mechanized vehicles are part of a finite deck that differs depending on map and year. There can be a maximum of 3 vehicles spawned in at a time. After all vehicles in the deck are destroyed, you cannot spawn vehicles there anymore. You will find armed jeeps and half-tracks as well as lightly armored transport vehicles in these decks. Tanks, however, are a different story in many aspects. One-manning armor is highly discouraged and forbidden on pretty much all servers. Tanks should get manned by at least 2 players. Many tanks can hold a maximum of 4. Keep in mind that, contrary to normal vehicles, you cannot simply enter a tank by standing next to it and holding F. You need to climb it and look down at the respective hedge of the position you want to enter. A tank has a very detailed interior and many components to consider. Ammunition rack, fuel tank, engine, transmission, left track, right track, turret ring, periscopes and main gun. Damage to these modules will increase the risk of breaking and hinder effectiveness. Destruction of them will result in the module becoming inoperable or worse. If engine or fuel tanks are set on fire, you need to extinguish it or the fire will spread to the ammunition, causing an unstoppable, catastrophic chain reaction that will cause the tank to detonate. If the tank's hull takes too much damage, the tank is destroyed. If 3 core components, those are all components except for fuel tank, tracks and optics, are destroyed, the tank is destroyed. If the tank takes a direct hit to the ammunition that causes enough damage, it will explode immediately. Now, let's talk about the crew members. All crew members can access different periscopes by scrolling up and down. Some can even stick their heads out for increased visibility at the risk of getting shot. Some periscopes can get rotated. You need to hold left control for that and move your mouse. All crew members have the same equipment except for their main gun. The squad leader has a submachine gun while regular members have a sidearm only. Aside from that, they get the standard gear, but are equipped with a fire extinguisher to put out fires, binoculars for scouting, and a repair wrench to repair damaged modules. All of that is in the 6th equipment slot. To extinguish fires, walk up to the fire as close as possible and use the extinguisher by pressing left mouse button. To repair a damaged module, you need to equip the repair wrench, walk up to the module, look at it and use the wrench by holding left mouse button. Damage to the tank's hull as well as the ammunition rack cannot get repaired by the crew. To repair that as well as replenish the tank's ammunition, you need to park the tank next to a field repair station or the repair station in the main base. Driver. The driver steers the tank. Start the engine by holding I, hold W to increase throttle, hold S to reduce it. The higher the engine's RPM, the faster and more maneuverable the tank is. Press E to shift to a higher gear, press Q to shift to a lower gear. Make sure that your engine has enough RPM before shifting gears. Higher gears are good for reaching higher speeds. Lower gears are good for maintaining a decent maneuverability. Some tanks are also equipped with smoke dischargers. Fire them by pressing C. You can hold the tank by pressing spacebar to use the handbrake. Gunner. The gunner operates the main gun and the coaxial machine gun if the tank has one. Rotate the turret and move the gun by pressing WASD. Furthermore, some tanks can range their sights. To do that, hold X and scroll up and down. If you want to aim more precisely, hold left control and scroll to switch between hydraulic and manual turret rotation. Switch between ammunition types by pressing 1 to 5. Press left mouse button to fire the main gun, press right mouse button to fire the coaxial machine gun. The main gun reloads automatically, but you can reload the machine gun by pressing R. Hull Machine Gunner. The hull machine gunner operates the tank's machine gun mounted in the hull. If the tank has no whole machine gun, this position doesn't exist. You can fire it by pressing left mouse button, reload it by pressing R. Commander. The commander is in the turret and has good visibility through 360 degrees periscopes and other optics, some of which he can also rotate. However, you can also stick your head out of your hatch and look through your binoculars by pressing Q. It's the commander's task to command the tank, give orders and set markers for the other crew members. Operating a tank successfully requires excellent teamwork, communication and coordination, so it's highly advised to get familiar with the game first and then find a good crew to team up with. Also, some tanks are equipped with external machine guns. You can use them even as regular infantry by climbing the tank, looking at the machine gun and holding F. Furthermore, you can ride tanks. To do that, climb the tank and look around on it until you see the game's prompt to enter as a riding passenger. Then, hold F and your soldier sits on the tank. To hop off the tank, simply hold F again.